So welcome to this channel, and basically I'm here to deliver what is missing out on the YouTube. On the YouTube, you will not get anything really helpful for Forex. I have applied all the strategies that exist on YouTube, and actually none of them really work in the real life. In the live market, none of those trades actually give you anything. So what gives you return in the live market is your own game plan, and I'm here to share some of my own game plans, and I would like the same response from you guys also to share with me, and I will cover up the same in the next upcoming videos. In this video, I would like to share a 1 minute option strategy. So this strategy can be applied on Indian index only, on the Nifty bank. It should not be applied on the Nifty. It should not be applied on the S&P 500. I actually trade on a lot of stuff, so I also have access to the world markets. Forex market I trade through New Zealand because I am an NRI, so which means a non-resident Indian. So being a non-resident Indian, I can trade overseas also and in the overseas market legally. So I'm here to now give you some of the tips and guidelines. So firstly, let's jump to the action on this Friday. So this Friday was a hell of a day. Reason being is that market really gave a really big momentum downside, and I'm sure you were able to make some money. Okay, if not, I'm going to share with you what mistake you made. So basically, there are two setups that I work on. One is the 1 minute setup and then followed by the 5 minute setup. So when I'm here in the market, initially I'm using the 1 minute setup. For this, I am drawing some lines on the basis of the last day's closing action and last day's intraday high. Okay, so I'm going to draw the last day's intraday high. So let's figure this out. It was somewhere right here. So this is going to be the main key point. Okay, I'm also looking for the intraday low that market made yesterday to really figure out a. So I can do that with 15 minutes candle also, which will be much comfortable. But I'm doing this here to demonstrate you guys. You can do that independently. So basically, what you have to do is 1 minute candle you have to apply. Okay, so in 1 minute candle you have to pick the third candle in which direction it is going. So first two candles you ignore and you just mark the top and the bottom. So top here and the bottom here. You can mark it also. So this is the intraday high and intraday low of the first candle. Okay. So this is not from yesterday. This is only today's activity. So market has made this high in the morning. The first candle's high and first candle's low. On the breakout of these, you just simply have to jump in with a huge quantity of the options. So I basically trade on up stocks. I will also be sharing a live trade with you guys also. I'll be recording the live trade in the next video, in the upcoming videos, to show you guys how to do this trading activity. Sometimes I trade normally like two lots, and sometimes I trade 4 lots, depending on the confidence, because most of my capital is deployed in the overseas market. So for Indian market, I don't have that much of capital, to be very honest, and I don't use so much of capital in Indian market. So I use most of my capital in the overseas forex market. So what I'm going to demonstrate is that if I can tell you a strategy, option strategy that is always successful, you'll be laughing. You'll be saying like there is no strategy that can be successful on every day. But what if I told you there is one? So what would you do about it? You would obviously be curious to know what is the strategy. So this strategy is very simple. This strategy is the fourth candle and fifth candle strategy on the 1 minute time frame. Most of the times what I've observed is that first three candles are, they are quite confusing candles, and we don't trade in the first three candles, and on the fourth candle, in whichever direction it is going with volumes, if the fourth candle is very thin, we don't enter. On a thick candle, on the strong upside momentum, we enter right here on the fourth candle in whichever direction it is going. So 90% of the times I see within like 4 candles, like including the same candle where we have entered and 3 more candles on top, I normally get a really handsome profit. So you just have to exit right here on the closing or in the very end of this particular candle. So I normally end my trade right here. So I enter here, I enter on the fourth candle, and I exit also very soon. So this is the fourth candle strategy. I do have one more strategy which is known as fifth candle strategy. So this is of course 1 minute candle, and 90% of the days I get return from this strategy rather than the fourth candle, because fourth candle sometimes is not so thick and there is not much of a volume, so I don't enter on the fourth candle, whereas I enter on the fifth or sixth candle most of the times. So this is known as the fifth candle strategy. So sorry, it's taking a bit of time. So right here. So yeah, this was the day where you can clearly see that the fifth candle strategy would have been a much better choice, but fourth candle also did not really make any loss. In fact, you would have made more money if you entered right here. So what sort of points we are talking about? If you entered right here on the fourth candle strategy, it was 325 in the end. And at the end of the fourth candle, including the candle we entered, the market went to 449. Okay, so you can clearly see quite a lot of coverage the market did. So we can always get like 100 points. So normally I target like 60 to 100 points. I don't want to have more with this strategy, because this strategy can really kill your account very soon also, because in this strategy the lot size is quite big. So you are entering with like 2 lots initially, and then like me you can have 4 lots. Okay, and just be profitable with this. And I make with 4 lots, I'm normally making like 3,000 to 4,000 rupees with 4 lots. Okay, so that's a regular income, and it's very good income in India and of overseas also. You make about $100 by doing a job. If you are getting something from 1 minute strategy, and in few minutes you are earning like 3,000 to 4,000 rupees in India, it's very, very good. Okay, so your capital requirement is according to the kind of option you trade. I would suggest you to trade only like 150 rupees to 160 rupees worth of option, because we are only here for few seconds, few minutes. So there is no time decay that is happening technically during this time. So just buy like 4 lots. Initially try with 2 and then 4, and then eventually build it to 10 lots once you have confidence in this particular strategy. Okay, so why 1 minute candle? Because we are scalper. We are not here to stay in the market for like half an hour. We are here only deploying our capital and here on a mission to take most from the market as much as it would give us in 3 to 4 candles. That's it. We are not here to stay all day, right? So as you can see more clearly on this day, we have a problem. What is the problem? So this is the rule number one. So I would like to discuss some rules also. Every strategy has a rule. If the market opens very close to the yesterday's closing activity, I told you how to market. If the market opens very close to it, we don't trade. We only take the counter trade on that day. So that is the second strategy. So the second strategy is the counter trading one. So if it is opening very close here and it's going up, we are not entering on the upside momentum, whereas we're looking for the short trade on the confirmation right here. If I see red candles, I see weakness that it's not going up, so I will be entering a short trade here. Market was 0.87 and it went to 985, and right about here I would have booked profit. Okay, at the low of this candle. Okay, so that is where I would normally book my profit because I'm a scalper. Okay, so this day we will not take advantage of our strategies. If you would have taken a look here, right here, the fourth candle in fact was quite bullish candle. So if you would have entered right here with like 4 lots, the market was 407,972 basically, and it went all the way up to 41090. Okay, so we really had a good momentum right here. So the fourth candle strategy actually worked, but personally I wouldn't be working on this day because it's very close to the yesterday's closing action. It has to be like somewhere here. The first candle should have formed right here, and I needed some space at least upside, okay, to really work on that day. Even though our strategy is still successful, the fourth candle strategy would have made some money, but still I wouldn't trade on such a day. On this date, I will definitely trade, even if I would have to hold my position for a while. So on this day, as you can clearly see, the gap is much bigger. First candle is here, right here. So I would be rather entering on the breakout of this candle because the candle is very big. So my next rule is, if the candle is very big, do not enter on the do not enter on the fourth or fifth candle. Rather wait for the breakout of this candle. As the candle is quite big, so you enter right here, whichever candle it is. Make sure that the maximum limit of the candles should be 8 to 9 candles. I normally follow the 8 candle strategy. If this breakout came after the 8 candles, I would not be entering in this. Okay. So in the next video, I will demonstrate how to take the call option or put option depending upon your day. Basically, this is the setup which I like to trade. I also like to trade the counter trade setup, which is the very next afterwards. So I normally take like 2 trades a day and make about like 10 grand in Indian rupees. Now, if you clearly see the price rejection right here, so I would have entered like 796 right here, and it went all the way to 715. So I would be more than happy to book my profit here in like 3 to 4 candles. I do not trade more than 4 to 5 candles. Once I'm entering in a position, I have to cut it after 5 6 candles, even if it is going in my favor, because my rules are my rules. Okay, if I let it go to 10 candles, it will again touch the same point, hence I will be making some loss, not that much. Options are like very volatile, so you just have to take the opening advantage and that's it. Take 1 or 2 good trades a day. More normally, the beginner should take only 1 trade, and this was also a good trade, counter trade. Okay, counter trade will always be there near to this particular line, but if you do not see this weakness, if you don't see the red candles, then you will see the strength here, and strength will be taking this market the upside, and you should play the upside rather than the downside on that particular day. That's all regarding this. Thank you so much. This is the first video. Kindly like this and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.